I'm the Batman.
You remember that old saying, flying like a bat out of, well, you know the saying. Well, that's the way people are flocking to retail outlets to get their share of Batmania.
Now, what do you think?
Retailers think it's wonderful, and they pulled out all the bat stops. Bat shoes, bat towels, bat shirts, bat mugs, and none of the bat goods are hanging around.
Well, like the Joker t-shirt, I wish I had one here to show you, but obviously we've had a couple of orders of those come in. They're gone. The hats are gone. I mean, it's just certain items that just continue to go.
For kids that grew up in the 70s and 80s, we all long to see Batman on the big screen. Many of us grew up on Batman. Not from the comics, but from the Adam West TV show of the 60s.
The Cape Crusader copes with the tricky traps of vicious villains.
However, that Batman and the one from the popular comic books had changed a lot by the time we got a big screen outing. In the Batman comics of the 80s, he became darker and more serious than what we were used to on the campy television show. And his sidekick Robin was even allowed to grow up, get replaced, and then get killed off. By the late 80s, Batman wasn't the crime-fighting superhero in blue underwear that we grew up on. He was now a deeper, richer character. In 1978, DC Comics would bring Superman to the big screen, and it would become a huge hit, launching 3 sequels and 1 spin-off film. You would have thought with the success of the flying superhero, this would have led to a gold rush of other superhero movies. But it didn't. In 1978, Superman didn't even rush in a slew of merchandise. Sure, there was lunchboxes, t-shirts, but there wasn't much other merchandise, and no action figure to go along with the film. For Batman, that wouldn't be the case. As we started to get a buzz that Warner Brothers was gearing up to release a Batman live-action film, we were all playing the guessing game of who would play Batman.
This time it is to the big screen. Warner Brothers is spending millions to bring millionaire Bruce Wayne and his alter ego to life. Is this a gamble for the studio? Will Batman pay off? Will there be bat hysteria?
Fans were a little nervous when news broke that the role would go to comic star Mr. Mom himself, Michael Keaton. Fans worried that this would be some goofy Batman, more like the 60s TV show Batman than the darker crime-fighting Batman we were now used to.
How do you think Michael Keaton's going to be as Batman?
Sexy. Very sexy. Oh, he's just a gorgeous guy. He has great legs and everything. Michael Keaton's a great actor, so I'm really excited to see it.
Vicky Vale.
Hi. Bruce Wayne.
When director Tim Burton was announced to be director, fans again were worried. After all, this was the guy making Beetlejuice. It just didn't seem like the right fit for a dark Batman film. If fans were worried about those two, the announcement of Jack Nicholson as the Joker eased their mind for many fans. It would seem that they got this one right, and most fans could see Jack Nicholson as the laughing villain.
What kind of Joker is Jack Nicholson going to be?
Nicholson, like I say, he's great all the time, so I think he is a Joker, so he's probably just going to play himself.
I mean, with Jack Nicholson in it, I mean, how can you go wrong? I mean, especially his makeup, that's great, man.
Jack Nicholson is casted as the perfect Joker. Michael Keaton's adorable, and my husband will just be counting the minutes to see Kim Basinger.
But the only thing I could have changed about it was letting me play the babe.
Kim Basinger, yeah, I can see either you or Kim Basinger.
What she's got that I don't have.
The movie's release date was set for summer 1989, a good year for movies. That year we saw the third Indiana Jones movie and the sequel to Ghostbusters. It was gonna be a crowded box office, but the buzz for Batman was the strongest by far. Fans for over a year were talking about rumors from the movie, getting any little piece of news they could from Entertainment Tonight and reading Starlog magazine. When the first trailer hit, fans that worried that this was going to be a wacky, campy Batman faded away. The film looked more like the Batman they wanted, the dark crime-fighting hero. Even before the release of the film, Batmania started up. The Batman logo was everywhere leading up to the release of the film. It was on shirts, hats, jackets, mugs, and of course, an action figure line.
Batman's battle against crime never ends, and now you can bring the action home.
Batman, ha-ha, you missed. Yeah, but I only missed once. You can't escape Joker. Just watch if you can. You won't be alone for long.
And in the Batcave,
no criminal can hide from Batman. Batman, gotta run.
Toy Biz will release 3 action figures based on the film. There was Batman, the Joker, and the Joker's sidekick, Bob the Goon. Due to Warner Brothers keeping a tight seal on the look of Batman and the Joker, and even the storyline, the figures really didn't capture the look of the film. The Joker looks more like the Kenner Superpowers action figure Joker that was released a few years earlier than it did of Jack Nicholson. Toy Biz would reshape the face of Batman, trying to give it a more Michael Keaton look once the film was released. But action figures wasn't the only thing that you could get during Batmania. There were die-cast cars, puzzles, pezzes, Joker makeup kits, a Batwing, the Batmobile, a Jeep tire cover, stylish blue jean jacket, trading cards, a bad handheld video game, a good video game, watches, a TV tray, Batman shoes, creepy dolls, Joker laughing ball, a Batman nightlight, posters, playing cards, candy, a Batman yo-yo, Batman the novel, a big giant button, a Joker in the box. There was even a Batman cereal, what was probably just leftover corn pops in a Batman box. There was a lot of Batman stuff, so much so Warner Brothers would even release a Batman catalog so you could order your Batman needs directly from Warner Brothers. I know the kids today would say the Barbie movie is just as big as Batman was back in 1989. And I'm sorry, that's not true. Thanks to picking your own seat from a computer, the event feel of a movie, standing in a line that's wrapped around the theater, meeting new fans, all that's gone. Forever, sadly. Movies come and go out of your lives like friends in the 6th grade.
What do you guys think of Michael Keaton as Batman? Is he as good as Adam West?
Better, way better. Adam West. Adam West was not good.
Yeah, I don't know about Adam West. With his tights on and everything. I don't know about Adam West.
I was a Batman fan from TV and the comics, and it was a lot different than I expected. It was funnier than I expected. A little disappointing, because I guess if you're growing up watching the comics and reading comics and watching the TV show, it's a lot different than I expected. I thought it would be, it was a little corny. I thought it would be a little less corny.
They might release more Batman films, and you know they will, but we will never see the Batman hype. Not like we did back in the summer of 1989. And I, for one, I'm glad I was there for it. Well, I want to thank you for watching. As always, thumb up so you like my content, subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk again.
So I would say that in the last week or so, Batmania has peaked.
Who do you think did it? Some joker?
Your guess is as good as mine. I mean, some joker obviously nabbed Batman in the dead of night. It could have been anybody. Anybody. It could have been... Maybe it was a prank. Maybe it was a fraternity prank. Maybe it was some kids. Maybe it was some jokers looking for a good time. I don't know. Maybe it was a criminal, an arch criminal.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.